Hi, I'm Dr. Jim Siebert. It's time for the tropical forecast here on YouTube, Fox 26 Houston. Looking across the Atlantic, I tell you what, we have some waves out there. There is nothing really all that organized. This, you see, trying to do something, not really turning into an organized area of low pressure as it kind of moves off to the west just a little bit. The rest of the storms that we were tracking are all gone, and we like to talk about that. As we come down here, looking at these tropical waves per se, nothing really here shows any signs of organization. We've got winds going in opposite directions, so the upper level flow is going one direction, and you can see that these clouds here are moving off to the north, and so when you have kind of opposite winds working against each other, not going to see much forming there. And as we look all the way off of Africa, we got a good little wave that's right here, but if you also notice, you've got this is moving in that direction, tops of the clouds are moving in an opposite direction, so again we have that shearing going on. That's good news for us because we don't really want any other development. As we come on into the Caribbean, lots of instability, but nothing really happening either as far as organization, because we still have kind of that same sort of thing going on. By far the greatest showers that we've seen have been to the north of Panama, but nothing here is also going to develop. There's only one area that we're tracking that has a slight chance, and it's this area right in here. And at the moment, it doesn't really show any signs of anything. In fact, you really can't hardly pick it out. So let me show you what we're talking about. The National Hurricane Center, over the next 2 days, a 10% chance that this instability will swing up here. And what's going to happen is we have this frontal boundary that's pushing off. Do you see how these clouds are kind of wrapping around this? Well, I think that might create just a little extra spin in the atmosphere. So in 5 days, a 20% chance. But notice as it turns, and it'll be moving mostly away from the U.S., possibly Cape Hatteras, North Carolina, could see some possibility of some sort of impact. At this point, though, we're really not looking at anything major. I mean, we're talking about possibly a tropical depression at best, and then maybe some organization once it moves away. So that is really the only thing that we're tracking currently in the Atlantic Sea Basin. So things are quiet out there, and I kind of like it when things are quiet out there. Now, we've passed the peak of hurricane season, so we're now into October. And watch what happens here in October, that the frequency drops dramatically by the time we get to the end of October. Now, there's still the possibility that something could form October, November, December, but the chances start to drop. And so we're beginning to see some of that as well. We like that, but at this point anyway, the only kind of good news we can talk about is that there's nothing really going on in the tropics except for that one area. We'll keep our eye on that just off the coast of Florida. And like I said, I don't expect that to do much, as it will also be moving out to sea. So that wraps up our forecast for today. We'll see you again tomorrow.